Hi guys, welcome to Comfort Life channel. I am very happy to see you here today. I hope you're doing great. And in this video, I want to answer the question, what makes me working out? Well, honestly, I haven't, done anything, physically, no exercise for a year and a half, and that's a lot for me. What I want you to think about is that sometimes when you see a person who's working out, it doesn't mean that he has tons of time, that he has no job, no children, and he's just devoting his life to the exercising. My point here is that I know what benefits exercising gives me, and I love it. And I know that it only takes you to push yourself for the first 2 weeks. Well, it's been scientifically proven that it takes 2 weeks to break a habit, but I honestly believe it also takes about 2 weeks to make a new one, the one that you want to make. And after 2 weeks, if you ask me what makes me work out, I will say my body and my mind. They both do the job for me. But let me first tell you what health benefits exercising are giving me, like me personally, and I am sure you can make the list of your own once you have the experience, and I'm sure some of you already have. I think this is a solid what can make you do the exercises, because the idea of looking a certain way or something else, it's so far away, and I don't think it's strong enough. So I'm sharing my list with you today so you could see why there is like more for the exercising rather than the look. And I want you to think that, hey, I want to make a list like that on my own, but you can't until you try exercising for at least a month. So my first benefit that I love the most is that I would even say I adore the feeling after doing exercising. I mean, I cannot explain it, but you feel so good. You feel so strong. You feel that you are just can do anything. So that is the feeling I love. And I know that the feeling before doing exercises and after, it's like white and black. Before, you don't want to do this, but then you think about how well you're going to feel, you really want to do it. So that is my second reason, is that I have a feeling of accomplishment. I am such a person that it is very important for me. I am a to-do list person. And in our modern life, so many things give us stress when we want to do this and that, and oh, okay, I didn't do this today, I feel so tired to do this, I didn't complete that. It gives us stress. Maybe we don't realize it, but it does. So that is number two. It gives me a sense of accomplishment, like I've done something already. No matter what is going to be, during the day, I do exercising in the morning, I've already done something. It makes me feel good, and it actually even gives me more strength to do other things. Well, number 3 and 4 are obvious. Number 3 is that it helps my sciatica. I believe it makes me stronger, my legs and my hips. And number 4, it makes my back stronger. That is very important, and I do suffer from slouching. I need to improve my posture, and I am doing the exercises for the back. So it helps me. It definitely does. I know it's working, because if you want me to share with you another thing I had with my back, was that there is a scapular thing, in our back, and right under it I felt the numbness, and it keeps growing, and I do know that if I don't take control of it, it will, get worse. If you have a similar problem, I would love you to share it with me, because I haven't seen any other person with the same thing, and the doctors, they just roll their eyes and like, oh, I don't even know what to do with it. But still, so these are the obvious reasons. Now the next reason is that, well, and obvious too, it makes me look better. I mean, you cannot say that I'm all like muscles, you don't, but I have just started doing the exercising, and I am experienced because I used to have that experience before pregnancy, so I already know. It also helped me actually to start, but I have to leave it again. So here I am, very inspired, sharing it with you. It makes me look better, I do know that, and nobody pushes me to look better. That's very important. I love my body, I love the job that it's doing on a daily basis, but it also will definitely look better. And I love it, right? Gives you more confidence. Now, of course, the next reason is that it makes me feel better overall. I mean, mentally. I am a mother of a young baby, and sometimes I don't really think if you have 2 or 3, it's still the same situation, because I feel a little offended sometimes when a mother of 2 or 3 comes and says, oh, you only have 1? I understand that, but even with the 1, you still do a lot of things. You do the job, you're stressed out, maybe even more, because with the 2nd and the 3rd, you've been through it, have some experience. So that's that. So it makes me feel better overall, physically and mentally. And this is a great thing. It's like my body tells me something. And I would say it even thanks me for it. It's a great feeling that you must experience. Next reason is that when I always exercise, almost always, when my baby's near me. So he's there. He can see what I'm doing. And I love that I am setting an example, and I am, hoping I will. And it's great because kids, they love to see what we're doing. And when I'm exercising, I'm showing a good example. The next two benefits are obvious as far as health reasons. I was also suffering from headaches and migraines. And it helped me a lot because they were all neck related. Like I had a lot of, tension. I still do, but by exercising, you actually relieve a lot of pressure here, and if you do everything right, especially, you strengthen the neck muscles, and it also helps my headaches. Now, the next benefit is that during my period, I do feel better. I probably have to look deeper into it, like the reasons. During my period, I do exercise lighter or very lightly, or I do skip a day or two. I'm a human being there. I never love to overdo. So it makes me feel better. Maybe it will help you feel better too, but I think it's a solid reason. I have noticed that even not talking about the period itself, about the time before, like during this time, sometimes you feel really bad, and I feel a lot better by doing exercising. I am sure it really helps. To add to that, it also increases my blood circulation, and I have a family history of varicose veins, so I do not want to take any chances, and after being on birth control pills, I used to have some problems with that. So as you can see, this video is very honest. I'm talking about my problems, in the past, and something that I'm still dealing with, because I am not a perfect person, and I am not the healthiest person. That's actually the reason why I started being interested in everything healthy. All in all, it definitely makes me just a happy person, and that's really great. So my point here is that you need to know why this exercising routine is good for you, what impact it will have on your life. So again, you will need to come up with the idea at first, but then trust me, you will get involved. So I have a few tips here that always help me. I never try to be hard on myself. I never try to find an exercising routine that is going to address all the issues, like full body, something that will definitely make me feel stressful, maybe even. I always start very lightly. My point here again is that sometimes you don't want to exercise. Try to do just a few things, and then according to my experience, I will always end up doing more rather than less. Same works for the days or moments when you are feeling under the weather. You could again keep doing it, but do it lightly, and try to maybe find the exercise that you like. Start with only the things that you like. It will also help you, because then you can of course expand your exercising routine, but you need to start with something that will give you at least a little bit of pleasure. Maybe turn the favorite music on, maybe find a great workout that you like, something that will make you feel a little better. People try to buy outfits that make them feel better, but I always exercise at home, so I cannot really say that it makes me feel better. Another good news is that you absolutely don't need to spend maybe even any money on the equipment. There are plenty of exercising that don't require it, or I only have just a few dumbbells and the mat. This is all my equipment. Restriction bands are also good, but this is it. I do live in a house which has a gym in it, but I don't even go there because it saves me the time to just stay at home and do it. Plus I'm with the baby, so I cannot really take him to the gym. Another great advice is to find the workout on YouTube. It has plenty of them, and I like the website. I found it recently. It's called Spotebi. I hope I'm saying it right. I will put it in the description bar down below this video. It has plenty of workouts. It also has an option of buying membership or stuff like that, but it already has tons of information, at least something to begin with. That's enough. I didn't pay for any membership. I am just using the ones they have. I also got very lucky. There is one workout, it's called Sexy Back Workout, and my baby loves the music in there. So many days he just comes to me and shows like, let's do the exercising, and he just loves listening to the music. So it helps a lot. Also, if your baby doesn't let you do workouts, sometimes they don't, try to find something that will interest your baby in it. I also found they have this kids dumbbells, because he always wants to carry mine and they're heavy, so it's not safe. Something that will entertain him, and so like you do it together, you know, or maybe give him a book so he could look at it. Something that works for your baby. You know, everybody is different, so that what works for my baby. He gets excited, you know, looking at me. He tries to imitate what I'm doing, so that works for me. By the way, this website has everything, you know, warming up, like real exercise and the stretching. If you don't like a certain workout, just skip it and find another one. If you feel that you're really bad at it, in the beginning you will be if you're new to exercising, but give it again 2 weeks and you will be better at it and you will want to do it, because it is like an addiction. You need to believe in that. And also by doing this exercising routine, or actually deciding to take this step of 2 weeks or 1 month, you will see what new limits you might have. You might even discover that you are a stronger person. You might even discover something new about yourself, something challenging, and that's great. Just a few words about the question here. Okay, I tried, didn't work. So maybe it didn't work because you were too hard on yourself. You started with something that was too much. Maybe you were not really persistent enough, and maybe you were stressing yourself even more. Again, I would say if today you cannot do it, allow it. Just skip the day. Don't feel bad about yourself. So all in all, these are my tips at this moment. This is what really helps me to move forward with my exercising routine, because it is not easy, and it is not easy for anybody. Every person has to push himself. I'm sure of it. Even the person who's been into exercising for 5 years, there are hard days, of course, but don't stress yourself out. Just make a decision of doing it for 2 weeks at first. Find the exercising routine that you are comfortable with and try to find the time that works for you. Well, it could be 20 minutes. 20 minutes, start with 20 minutes. If you don't have 20, do 15. If sometimes you don't feel like exercising, do the stretching, or try to stretch in the evening. It helps a lot. The most important thing is to start doing something, and by doing that, you will get more and more involved, because you will see the results, you will see how you're feeling, and you will feel better. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I will be happy to answer them. I thank you so much for your attention and time. I hope that at least some of these tips would be helpful. The information I have shared in this video, I would put in the description bar. All the best, and I'll see you in my next video.